Hello. I am getting myself ready for my line dance. Y'all join me. This helps me to keep myself going. I love to move because God made my bones to move. You hear me? No sitting around for me. You 50 and older, you definitely need to be moving every day because that's our way of showing God that we appreciate being able to move. So let's get moving, y'all. And sometimes you have to sit and learn a new line dance or do a Zumba or whatever it is you want to do. But it's real easy to just get up and move. You don't have to. A lot of people say, you're not supposed to dance when you're a Christian. But let me tell you, honey, until God tell me I can't dance, I'm going to move this body. I'm not going to be out there twerking and doing things I don't have no business. But I can move my body and exercise so that I can keep my weight down. And also that I can keep my joints and everything moving and letting the body be able to heal if I'm hurting or whatever. That helps get rid of the stiffness and all of that. So I wish that people would realize that, the more you move, the less hurting you will have. Because that's what God, He made us to move. We're supposed to be up and doing stuff. We're not supposed to be just sitting in no chair and just watching those stories or some kind of movie all day long. We're supposed to be moving, doing something, using our hands, using our feet. There may be somebody that needs you to be able to take them to the doctor or take them to the store or even take them to church. So let's be on it, y'all. Let's move these bodies, honey, because we got to get rid of all this aches and pains and not having enough fluid flowing through. No. You get to moving, and next thing you know, you're going to be like, ooh, child, I feel so much better. But that's what happens when you get up and move your body. Don't you sit in that chair all day long. Because you know that the saying, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that is so, so true. I am a living witness of that. I would go to some of my patients' homes and they'd be sitting in their chair. And I say, what are you doing sitting in this chair all day? I said, how many times you get out this chair? And they would say, when I go to the bathroom or maybe when I go to the kitchen, I say, no, you got to move, honey. You got to move these bones. That's why you having so much pain. And I get them up and I said, come on, let's just walk around. And we'll walk around, even if they have a walker, and we'll go around and around, go in the kitchen, go to the living room, whatever we got to do, we gonna walk while I'm here. And we talk while we walking. And after we sit down and I get to asking them questions and I do my assessment on them, they say, I feel so much better. I say, didn't I tell you? God made these bodies to move. If you look at some of these old movies and shows back in the day in the 60s and 70s and even before then, do you notice everybody's so thin? Not thin, everybody not real skinny, but you could just tell everybody was so much more healthier back then because they moved, they walked. A lot of times they would walk to work and they had to do a lot of exercise at work. And let me add that make sure that you do check with your doctor before you start doing any type of exercise regimen to make sure that everything is copacetic. We don't want to exercise and when the doctor's saying, no, you don't need to be doing all that movement. So we want to make sure that you are safe. But did you know that exercise will keep you feeling and looking younger? It really will. It will keep you looking younger. You'll see a difference in your skin and everything too with the blood flowing through. That constant supply of increased energy. You need to do that regularly so that way you will have a constant supply of increased energy. So moving every day is imperative. But you also got to also remember your diet and nutrition is very important too. So you want to decrease your foods with saturated fats. You don't want to eat a lot of saturated fats. You want to eat more fresh foods and less processed foods. If you can, eat organic foods whenever possible. And me personally, I like eating my dark leafy vegetables, like my collard greens and kale and mustard greens. It is suggested that you should eat one large serving each day of your dark green leafy vegetables. Now, me personally, I eat according to my blood type. And I found out after doing some research for myself, because nobody can ever tell me what was going on with me. I found out that meat and dairy products are harmful for me. And I lack the protein digesting enzyme called pepsin. So I eat more lean, dense products for protein, such as like Cornish hen, chicken, and turkey. Now, those are the meats that I can eat. But I've been pretty much eating more vegetables than I have meat. Excuse me. And also remember that your heart muscle function improves as well with exercise. And when you're exercising, you're going to increase your HDL, which is your good cholesterol. And it helps reduce your bad cholesterol, your LDL. So that's something to think about too. If you have problems with your bowels, if you may be constipated often, it's going to help with your digestive system. It's going to improve because you're going to be moving. Just think about it. When you're sitting, have you noticed that most people that just sit all day, they will have a lot of spreading to those hips into that midsection. Everything just sits right there in that stomach area. So it is good to continue to move so you can get those bowels to moving as well. And you know also that exercise promotes bone density. So that'll help prevent the onset of osteoporosis. So that'll help with those bones. That's why I say them bones were meant to move. Definitely meant to move. And then if I was a diabetic, I would definitely be exercising, because that would definitely help stabilize your blood sugar too. So thank God I'm not diabetic. I do try to watch my intake of sugar, but exercise does stabilize that blood sugar level too. And then it also helps with that body weight loss, because it also increases our metabolism. And your body, that helps with the body's ability to burn calories. So that's good. And this helps prevent the body from storing fat. Because you know it's real easy to store that fat when you over 40. You know how you used to could exercise and lose like 5 to 10 pounds in a week. But after you 40 years old, that is very, very hard. I'm like, what is going on? I used to could lose 10 pounds in a couple of days. But not no more. So I definitely have to move. I really do. Because I would probably be big as a house if I didn't. But exercise alone can lower your blood pressure too. Because the blood is flowing and the oxygen increases and the blood vessels dilate. You know, it kind of opens up. And so that's some more. It's going to increase or actually lower your blood pressure, but it's going to increase the oxygen and the blood flow through there. So I think that is a beautiful thing. Thank y'all for watching. Be blessed.